All right, so it's one after. Let's go ahead and begin. Again, welcome to yoga. Let's start by getting centered. So please come to a comfortable seat, and we'll go inward for just a couple of minutes before we start moving around. So allowing your spine to grow out of your hips, sitting nice and tall, crown of the head reaching toward the ceiling. Then feel your shoulders drape down your back, your arms relax, your hands in your lap. And relax any gripping or holding in your abdomen. Soften the belly. And become aware of sensation on the skin and in the body. Just for a moment, being aware of your experience in your body right now. And notice where your mind goes first in that exploration. For example, if you focus first on the negative, maybe there's some pain or discomfort in your body, then that will be your experience. Conversely, if you focus on spaces that feel open and relaxed, soft, that will be your experience. But I'll challenge you a bit further is just to let everything be there. Let everything be true. What feels good, what doesn't feel good. Because all of it is information. It's useful information to know how to move through your practice, to know how to move through the world today. You might even be able to hold your awareness of these experiences without preference. They just are. And it's okay if you can't yet. As you're aware of the body, notice the breath moving in your body, expanding and contracting. Inhale and exhale. And you might just deepen your breath slightly, bringing in just a bit more air as you inhale, not stressing, not overstraining in that. Maybe letting go of a little bit more breath as you exhale. And as you're aware of the body and the breath, feeling the breath expand a little bit, just notice how your mind is today. Are you sitting with stress and uncertainty? Do you feel calm and relaxed? Are you tired, anxious? Maybe all of that somehow at the same time. And just accept whatever state you find your mind in, just like the body, because this is the only place we can begin, is where you're at right now. Having compassion for that moment, for that acceptance, for what is, not what we wish were here. And from this more centered place, I'll ask you to take a deeper, fuller breath, bringing the palms together in front of you and bowing the chin. Now honor yourself just as you are in this moment, this body, breath, energy, and mind. And it's from that place within you that we'll practice tonight. Go ahead and rub the palms together, creating heat. And taking the heated palms over the eyes. And brushing back over the top of your head and down your neck, welcoming yourself back to the room. And today we're going to start off on our backs. So go ahead and come to lay down. Moving any props you have off to the side for now. And once you get onto your back, take your time getting there. You might want to hug your knees into your chest for a moment. And if you do that, you might want to rock from side to side on the spine for a moment, just feeling, especially the lower back, massaging against the floor. Maybe add a few deep breaths to that. Good. All right, go ahead and bring your feet flat to the floor. Bring the heels underneath your knees, about hip width apart, prepping for bridge pose. We'll move the hips around in just a moment, but for now, let's get the arms warmed up. So bringing your arms down by your sides. With your inhale, go ahead and reach the fingertips toward the ceiling, then all the way up and overhead. Then exhale, reach back up toward the ceiling and bring the arms back down. Good, let's do that again. Inhale, lifting the arms up and over. And exhale, reaching the arms back up and bringing them back down. Let's do a couple more of those. Inhale, reaching up and over. Exhale, coming back down. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale down. Let's add the hips this time, all right? So lift the arms just like you did before, but also pick up your hips. Reach your pelvis toward the ceiling, bridge pose. Exhale, release the arms and hips back down. We'll keep moving. Inhale, arms and hips lift. Exhale, arms and hips lower. And just keep moving on your breath, lifting up, inhale, releasing down with control as you exhale. Keep the feet flat on the floor the entire time. And try to move the arms and hips at the same time. So the hips come to the highest point as the arms reach their apex, and the hips touch the ground at the same time as the arms. Takes a little bit more awareness, a bit more control, but just give it a try. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, releasing down. Let's do two more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, and yes, we'll hold it. Go ahead and lift the hips, arms all the way up overhead, and stay. And breathe here. Breathe. Two. Inhale to your highest point, and exhale, release the arms and hips all the way back down. Good. Feel sensation in the lower back, the core, maybe the tops of the thighs. And then I'll ask you to bring your knees into your chest again and snap the knees together, snap the ankles together. And through this next practice, try to keep them together as much as you can. They might slide around a little bit, but just try to keep them close together. Taking your arms out to the side, make a T shape with your body. You could also do cactus arms here. Deep breath in. With your exhale, drop your knees to your right, but don't let them touch the ground. Inhale back to center. Good. Let's do the other side. Exhale, drop the knees to the left. Again, don't let them touch the ground. Inhale back to center. Exhale, knees to the right. Keep your left arm and shoulder grounded. Inhale back to center. And exhale, knees to the left. Keep your right arm and shoulder grounded. And just keep going from side to side for a few more rounds. Keeping the shoulders on the ground. And even though the knees go to a side, they don't touch the ground. This keeps the lower back and your front abdomen engaged, which is what we're trying to warm up right now. Side to side. Good. This time, take the knees to the right and then relax them down. We can stay here for a few breaths in this twist. Again, allow the left arm and shoulder to ground to the floor. You might even turn your chin gently to the left. Breathe. Good. With your next inhale, bring the knees back to center. Good. And then with your next exhale, drop the knees to the left. You can relax them this time. Ground your right shoulder, your right arm, possibly turning the chin to the right. All right. Inhale back to center. Go ahead and hug your knees in. And take a deep breath in. With your exhale, curl your chin in toward your throat. Bring your forehead toward the knees, shoulders lift. Good. Now, keeping your right knee drawn in, extend your left leg forward about 45 degrees off the ground. Keep the shoulders lifting, and then switch legs. and then switch legs and switch and switch. See if you can curl up a little bit more here. Switch, 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 switch. Keep going. Side to side. Lower abdomen engaged. Shoulders are lifting. 3, 2, and 1. Knees to chest. Relax the head and shoulders. Take a deep breath in and out. But wait, there's more. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, curl back up. We're going to do that again. Extend the left leg and switch, 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 switch. Keep going. How quickly you go is really just up to you. Here, I'm just setting a moderate pace. Just try to keep the shoulders lifting and feeling that energy building at the navel. 3, 2, and 1. Knees to chest again. Relax down. Take a deep breath in and out. Good. And then from where you're at, you can take the feet to the floor. We're going to roll over onto our bellies. So go ahead and roll and then scooch back onto your mat. Good. So once you're there, go ahead and bring your hands underneath your shoulders, elbows bending and squeezing in towards your sides. Good. Feel your pelvis grounding into the floor. We'll play around with locust pose tonight. So with your next inhale, roll the shoulders down the back, lift the head, chest, and both legs off the ground. Good. Exhale, release down. Let's do that again. Inhale, locust pose, head, chest, and legs lift, squeezing up. And exhale, release. Again, locust pose, lift. And down. Let's do a couple more. Inhale, locust. Exhale, down. Let's stay up this time. Roll the shoulders down the back, lift the head, chest, and legs. And breathe here. Squeeze the elbows in, shoulders down the back, chest looking forward. Inner thighs lifting. 3, 2. Inhale to your highest point. And exhale, release down. You can turn the head to a side for a moment if you'd like to. Just take a breath. Good. All right. So from here, I'll ask you to roll onto your right side. It's like there's a statue called like the laying Buddha. This is kind of like what he looks like. We're going to do an exercise here. So the first thing I'll have you do is stack your legs. So the hips are stacked, the feet are stacked. Now this can be unstable for some folks, so it's okay to bring a hand down in front of you for stability. And if at the end of the day you just feel like you're wobbling back and forth a bunch, the bottom leg, the right leg in this case, you can bend the knee to create some stability. The most important thing is that the left leg is straight, the top leg is straight. Okay. So when you're ready from this position, you're going to just reach through the heel, the left heel that is, pull the toes back, and then lift straight up. Good. Then bring the leg back down. And then lift straight up. Feel a squeezing at the hip. Bring it back down. Up and down, up and down. A couple more times. Up and down, up and down. So changing up the exercise a little bit here, I'll ask you to point the left foot, point the left toes, lift up. We're going to make circles on the wall here. So you're going to take the leg back, up, forward, back down again. Especially at this point, you might want to bend that right knee because you're going back and forth a bunch. Try to keep the hips steady, that they're not wobbling back and forth. It's really just the movement of the leg. Good. Now you're going in one direction. Go ahead and switch that up. Go in the other direction. And breathe, feeling this in the hip. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and relax the left leg down. Feel sensation, maybe some burning, good burning in the hip. All right, we're going to do the other side. So go ahead and roll back onto your belly and roll onto your left side. I'm going to flip around just for camera's sake, but you can just roll over. Good. So same setup, kind of in laying Buddha here. The hips are stacked, the legs are stacked, or again, the bottom knee, the left knee in this case, can be bent. All right. So bring your right hand in front of you for stability. Flex the right foot, pull the toes back, reach through the heel, and then take the leg straight up and then bring it down. Try to keep the hips from moving forward and back. Straight up and down. Straight up and down. Breathe. A couple more times. Good. Last one up and relax the right leg. Take a moment, feel sensation. And I'm going to preemptively bend my left knee, the bottom one, because I know that when I start doing circles on the wall, my hips start moving around a bunch. We want to try to keep that from happening. So extending the right leg, point the toes this time and take the leg up. And then just whatever direction feels natural, just start to make those big circles on the wall with the toe. And breathe. Again, try to keep the hips from moving around a bunch. It's just the leg. Good. You're going in one direction. Let's go the other way. Ooh, this is burning today. Couple more rotations. We're almost there. And relax down. Good. Feeling sensation. It's okay to hit the hip a couple times if you need to. All right, let's roll back onto the abdomen. Good. And then curling the toes under, go ahead and gently push up to hands and knees. And down dog might feel good to you right now, so let's come into it, especially after that hip stuff we just did. Good. Now, once you're in down dog, you're welcome to walk it out, pressing a heel to the floor as you bend the opposite knee. And you're also feeling length in the spine here, so make sure the back isn't rounding. You can think about lifting the hips toward the ceiling behind you. Good. And then gently walk your hands back to meet your feet, coming into the standing forward fold. Breathing here for a moment. The knees are bending just slightly, folding the upper body down over the legs. Breathing here. And then bend the knees a bit more and roll yourself all the way up to standing. Good. Feeling sensation that we've cultivated so far in the body. Good. So let's do some arm swings. It's been a while since we did some arm swings. So just as a reminder, this is a three-part inhale through the nose, one powerful exhale out of the mouth with the movement. The movement is starting with your feet about hip width apart. It's inhale, arms up, inhale, arms back, inhale up again, and then exhale, jab the elbows back. So this happens quicker. So it's three-part inhale again through the nose, one powerful exhale out of the mouth, and we'll go for about 2 minutes. So pace yourself. All right, stacking the feet underneath the hips, arms down. Inhale up, inhale back, inhale up, exhale, jab. Inhale, 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 exhale. Swing it out, feeling the full movement of your shoulder joints up, back, up, and jab. And that's a powerful exhale out of the mouth again, feeling the navel pull in and up, clearing the lungs, clearing the throat. It's almost like a wheeze, pushing it out, whatever it is for you tonight. And again, we're going for about 2 minutes, so you're going to want to find a pace that you can maintain. So if you're starting to fatigue already, you're probably going too fast. So it's okay to slow it down a bit. You're a little more than halfway done. See if you can just drop into a rhythm here. It doesn't work every time, but sometimes when you're doing this, you can just kind of step away from the effort and the exercise just does itself. That might sound esoteric, but at a certain point, the body just does it because that's just what the body does. If that's not happening for you, just keep practicing. 3, 2, and 1. Release. Ooh. Oh, feel sensation, the tingling in the arms and hands, cooling in the nostrils, and anything else that might be coming up for you here. And we like to pair that one with our swinging from side to side. So if you'll take your feet about mat width apart or about as wide as your shoulders, turn the toes out about 45, and then swing from side to side, letting the back heel lift so that the hips can move with you into the twist. The arms are just gently hitting the body here, looking behind you as you move and taking deep breaths, especially when you notice your breath becoming shallow. Thinking back to our centering practice earlier, we talked about making the breath just a little bit bigger than what feels natural or what feels unconscious. So bringing some consciousness to the breath. So notice when you kind of like lose track of the breath and then just deepen it. Intentionally bring in some more air. Intentionally push out a bit more air. I didn't mention it before, but we're doing this for 2 minutes as well. So you're about halfway done. Again, check in with your breath. Deepen it if you need to. Let's do about 20 more seconds. Again, deepen the breath. 3, 2, and 1. Unwind to center. Maybe closing the eyes this time to feel sensation. It's always good to know what's happening in the body here. Right. Then bringing your awareness back. We'll move through a chair flow for a little bit, and then we'll make that into a sun salutation here in just a few minutes. So bringing the feet underneath your hips again. Good. Bring your palms together at your chest, shoulders drop down, and find your breath. You like to move with the breath. And with your next inhale, sweep your arms down, back, and up. With your exhale, bend both knees, drop your body down, and sweep your arms behind you. Keeping the knees bent, sweep the arms forward, lift the chest, chair pose. Let's stay for the exhale. Inhale, straighten the legs, reach up. And exhale, swan dive, fold forward and down, forward fold. Pressing palms to shins, bring your chest parallel to the floor, inhale. And then exhale, fold back down again. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, the strong back, lift all the way up, and then palms to heart. Good, let's do that again. Inhale, sweeping down and up. Exhale, bend the knees, chair prep. Inhale, chair pose. Stay for the exhale. Then inhale, lift. And exhale, folding down. Halfway up, inhale. Exhale down. Sweep the arms out to the sides, come all the way up. Palms to the heart. Again, inhale, sweep up. Chair prep. Chair pose. Lift and fold. Halfway up and down. All the way up. Heart. Again, inhale. Lifting the arms. Chair prep. Chair pose. And up and fold. Halfway and down. All the way up. Inhale. Palms to heart. Let's do one more time. Inhale, sweep up. Chair prep. Chair pose. Lift and fold. Halfway and down. Sweep the arms out to the sides. Come all the way up. And palms to your heart. Good. Take a breath. Notice sensation. And we'll use that exercise as our introduction to our sun salutation. And for the rest of the sun salutation, we'll do a little bit of lunging and we'll play around with locust pose just a little bit more. So go ahead and step to the top of your mat if you're not there already, and bring your feet about hip width apart, palms to heart again. Just take a moment, precursory moment, to find your breath. Again, trying to move with the breath as much as you possibly can. Good. So with your next inhale, please sweep your arms down, back, and up. With your exhale, chair prep. Inhale, chair pose. Good. Staying for the exhale. Inhale, straighten the legs. And exhale, swan dive, fold forward and down. Pressing palms to shins, come halfway up. Exhale, release down and step your right foot way back and bend your front knee. Now keep the back knee lifting tonight. We'll stay here for just a couple of breaths. Get light on the fingertips and look forward with your chest. 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands to the ground and carefully step back to downward facing dog. Good. Inhale into plank pose. You could also do knees down here. And then exhale, plank yourself to the floor, hands under your shoulders. Ground your pelvis. Inhale, lift into locust pose, head, chest, and legs. Exhale, release down, curl the toes under, push up, and back into downward facing dog. Good. In down dog, lift your right leg high, and exhale, step the right foot through, bringing the foot between the hands. And again, keep the back knee lifting tonight. Get light on the fingertips. If you feel like you need some more space here, you could bring yoga blocks underneath your hands too. 3, 2, looking forward with the heart. 1, exhale, step the left foot forward, standing forward fold. Palms to shins, halfway up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, strong back, lifting all the way up, and palms to the heart. Good, let's practice that again. Inhale, sweep the arms down, back, and up. Exhale, bend the knees, chair prep. Inhale, chair pose. Staying for the exhale. Lift on inhale, and exhale, fold forward and down. Palms to shins. Exhale, release. Step the left foot back this time. Again, keep the back knee lifting, looking forward with the heart. 3, 2, and 1. Carefully step back to downward dog. Inhale into plank pose or knees down. Exhale, plank yourself to the earth. Hands under your shoulders, ground your pelvis. Lift the head, chest, and legs, locust pose. Beautiful. Exhale, float down. Curl the toes under, push up, and back into down dog. Good. Left leg lifts this time. Exhale, step the foot between the hands. Back knee stays lifting. Get light on the fingertips and look forward. 3, 2, and 1. Carefully step the right foot forward. Palms to shins, halfway up. Exhale, fold down. Sweep the arms out to the sides, come all the way up. Inhale. Palms to the heart, exhale. Again, inhale, sweep up. Chair prep, bend the knees. Chair pose, lift the arms. Good, inhale up. Exhale, fold forward and down. palms to shins. Good. Exhale down, step the right foot back. Back knee stays lifting. Get light on the fingertips. Look forward. 3, 2, and 1. Stepping back. Inhale to plank or knees down. Exhale to the floor. Round your pelvis. Lift the head, chest, legs. Inhale. Exhale, release. Curl the toes under, push up, and back into downward dog. Once you're there, the right leg lifts. Exhale, step it on forward, help it through. Back knee stays lifting. Get light on the fingertips. We'll stay for 3, 2, and 1. Step the left foot forward, standing forward fold. Palms to shins, inhale. Exhale down. Sweep the arms out to the sides, come all the way up. Palms to the chest. We're going to do a couple more. Inhale, lift. Chair prep. Chair. Straighten the legs and fold. Halfway up and down. Left foot steps this time. Bending the front knee strong. 3, 2, and 1. Stepping back. Plank pose. Exhale to the earth. Locust lift. And down. Curl the toes under, pushing up. And back, please. Once you're in down dog, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Get light on the fingers, look forward, bend the front knee strong. 3, 2, and 1. Step the back foot forward. Palms to shins. Exhale down. Sweep the arms out to the sides, come all the way up. Inhale. Palms to the heart. We're going to do one more. We're going to add some changes with your inhale, sweep up. Exhale, chair prep. Chair pose. In staying in chair pose, bring your hands onto your hips. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Squeeze the elbows together behind you. Lift your chest more and sink the hips. Breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Straighten the legs. Reach the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive, folding forward and down. Pressing palms to shins, come halfway up here. Exhale, release down, and step the right foot way back again. Bend the front knee, nice and strong here. Good. We're going to stay for just a little bit longer this time, and you can stay right here, but I'm going to give you some other options as well. Keeping the back knee lifting, you can bring one or both hands onto the front thigh and lift the chest. Good. Keep the back knee straight as much as you can. 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands down, stepping back to downward facing dog. And then we'll all come into plank pose because we're going to hold it for just a few breaths. And a few means 5 at least in this one. One more breath here. And with your exhale, plank yourself to the floor. Good. Release the feet, grounding the pelvis. We're going to come into locust pose and we're going to hold it for just a little bit. So grounding down, inhale, lift the head, chest, and your legs. Get light on the hands here. Recruiting the lower back to lift yourself up here. 3, 2, and 1. Release down. Take a breath. Good. When you're ready, go ahead and push up to hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog, and staying in down dog for just a few breaths. And really focusing on that length in the spine I mentioned earlier. So bend your knees a bit more than you would normally, and then really shoot the hips toward the ceiling behind you, flattening out the back. Good. And from down dog, lift the right leg up. Exhale, step the right foot through. And bend into that front knee again. Getting light on the fingertips. Now again, you can just stay down here with the hands on the floor. If you'd like, you can bring one or both hands onto the front thigh and lift the chest. Back leg is still straight. You're still bending powerfully into the front knee. Breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands to the floor. Step the back foot forward, standing forward. Fold. Palms to shins halfway up, inhale. Exhale, folding down. Sweep the arms out to the sides, come all the way up, inhale. And palms to the heart. Feel. Just noticing sensation. Good. All right. So I'm going to invite you into the option to balance tonight. So it's kind of a twofold thing. Practice balancing, but we also want to stretch the quadricep or the top of your thighs. And you can do it balancing or you can do it not balancing. I'll show you both options. So if you want to balance, you'll bring your feet about hip width apart, and you're going to shift into one leg and lift the other leg. I'm going to move through this quickly. This is just a demonstration, okay? So moving here to here, I'll drop the knee down and reach back and grab the base of the toes. Now this pulls the hip back, so you got to pull the hip forward and draw the heel in toward your hip. All right, and the knee is guiding downwards. Now you can practice this in the middle of the room like I'm doing balancing. If you have a wall nearby, you can bring your other hand onto the wall. You could also use the back of a chair or a couch or something else that resembles something you can hold onto that's stable, and that can stabilize you. So the first priority is to stretch the top of the thigh. The second is to balance. If you can do both, great. If not, just pick the quad. All right. So wherever you're practicing, go ahead and come there. Have your feet about hip width apart. Now instruct this as if you're balancing, but if you're holding on to something, just reach that left hand out, okay? So shifting into your left foot, go ahead and lift your right knee up. It might get a little wobbly, that's okay. Once you feel a bit more stable, drop the knee down, keep it bent, and then reach behind you. And again, grab the base of the toes. So not the ankle, not the foot, but the base of the toes. And then draw your right hip forward and then pull the heel in toward your hip. The right knee is guiding downwards here. Good. Be, don't be tempted to lean forward. This is not dancer pose where we go into a big back bend. It's really about stretching the front of the right hip and the top of the right thigh. Now, if you're balancing and you fall, that's okay. Just take your time coming back into it. You don't have to be perfect here. You actually don't have to be perfect ever. There's a quote that I love that says, the only thing you can fail at is perfection. So set your sights just a little bit lower, just a little bit lower than that. Good. After been here for maybe about 20, 25 seconds or so, you can carefully release that right foot to the floor. Depending on how you're feeling, you might need to walk around for a moment just to kind of bring some circulation back to that right thigh. But when you're ready to do the other side, again, you can do this at a wall or with support, or you can do it in the middle of the room. And you can always change your mind part way. So you're going to move the weight of your body into your right foot here, and then lift your left knee up. Once you're stable, you can bring the left knee down, reach back and grab the base of the toes. Again, not the ankle, not the foot, but the base of the toes. And then draw the left hip forward, draw the left knee down, and draw the left foot into the left hip. This one's tighter for me. This is the wonderful thing about working asymmetrically in the body is you notice those asymmetries. Maybe the side does feel tighter. Maybe it feels more open. Breathe. Again, using support or not using support, it's really up to you tonight. And again, be careful not to lean forward. This is not dancer pose. Good. When you feel balance on this side, go ahead and carefully release, bring the left foot to the floor. And a good thing to do after balancing like that is to come into a forward fold. It's just a nice symmetrical posture. So go ahead and fold down over the legs, taking just a few big breaths here. Now, if your fingertips don't touch the floor already, bend your knees until they do. Even if it's a deep squat, like just bend your knees until your fingertips touch the ground and release the head. Then with the fingertips on the ground, carefully walk your fingers to the outside of your left foot. Release the head. And then think about straightening the right knee here, or think about the right hip lifting toward the ceiling. Good. Walking your hands back to center. And let's go to the other side, the right side of the right foot. Release the head. And once you're there, think about straightening your left knee or feeling the left hip reach upward toward the ceiling. And breathe. Good. Walking the hands back to center. And then making your way into downward facing dog. So stepping the feet back. Breathe here for a breath or two. And then take your time as you float down onto hands and knees. Release the feet and sink back into child's pose. Seat to the heels, forehead toward the floor, and relax. Wonderful. When you're ready, please walk your hands back, coming up to a seat, and bring your legs out in front of you. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of twisting here. So legs are extending forward. I'll have you bend your right knee in towards your chest. Okay. Now, a couple of options. You can keep the foot right where it's at. You might be able to take it across the other side of the leg. Now, if you bring it to the other side and it just doesn't want to come down to the floor, like it just kind of you're balancing on the pinky edge of your foot, just bring it back to the inside. You're just not ready for that one yet, and that's okay. But if you're able to take it across, do so. Now, in whichever version you're doing, go ahead and hold on to the base of your knee and then pull your chest up. I want to try to flatten the back out here. And then try to keep this length in the spine for the rest of the time that we're doing this, okay? So holding on to the right knee with the left hand, bring your right hand behind you close to your spine. So not back here, not over here, not back here, but right close to the spine. So when you press the hand down, you sit up even taller. Little body hack there. Good. Now take a deep breath in. And with your exhale, roll the right shoulder back, looking behind you. You can pull on the right knee with the left hand if you'd like to help get that torque in the spine. And keep the right shoulder guiding back. Keep breathing. One more breath. And then carefully with an inhale, go ahead and unwind. And if the leg is crossed, go ahead and uncross it and straighten the right leg down. And we'll do the other side. So bringing the left knee in, and same rules apply. You can keep it right where it's at. If you can bring it to the other side and have the foot come all the way to the floor like this, do so. If you bring it across and it just kind of sits on its side, this is going to really mess up your knee. So don't do that, all right? So if it's not grounding, just bring it back. You'll be fine. Now, whichever version you're doing, again, holding onto the base of the knee, go ahead and lift the chest, pull yourself up. Nice tall spine here. And then keep holding onto the left knee with the right hand, and then bring the left hand behind your spine. Again, behind the spine, not the back. Sitting up nice and tall, take a deep breath in. Exhale, roll the left shoulder back, twist, looking behind you. Again, you can pull on the left knee with the right hand to help twist a bit deeper. Keep the chest lifting, keep rolling the left shoulder back, breathe and twist. One more breath, and then inhale, unwind, and uncross. Feel sensation for a moment. You can brace your hands behind you to do so, especially the back body here. Good. So for the next exercise, you might need a little bit of support underneath your hips. So you could use a yoga block if you have one. If you don't have one, you could always use a folded blanket. At the end of the day, just make do with what you have. So I'll face you for this one, but I'm going to prop myself up on this block. And I'll bring the soles of my feet together in butterfly. And so this is where the extra height in the seat can be helpful. So it's down on the ground, my knees to be up a little bit higher. So this just gives you a little bit more space for the hips to open up. Good. So couple of options here with your hands. You can bring the hands onto your shins and just pull yourself up a bit taller here. If you have longer arms, you might be able to hold onto your ankles or your feet here, but just go wherever you can where you're not folding forward just yet, okay? We just want to feel the length in the spine to begin. It's almost as if you're just kind of allowing gravity to naturally open the hips here. So it's subtle for many of us, not all of us. For some of us, it's not subtle at all. But for some of us, it's subtle. And if it's subtle, just know that it's still working. Still working. Think about that bigger breath I mentioned before. Now, from here, I'll invite you into a forward fold, but there are a couple of rules I want you to follow. The first is that you don't nosedive. We're not doing this. Nothing's happening in your body when you do that. Instead, you'll take the shoulders down the back, which is the second rule, is to keep the shoulders down the back and let the heart lean forward. So I often say that, let's say, hinge at the hips. And so you can imagine that, hinge is two flat sides and a pivot, that you're just pivoting from the hips, the back stays flat as you bring the chest forward. This might mean you don't go too far, and that's okay, as long as you're feeling it in the hips. You might only pivot forward a couple of inches before you hit a wall. And you might find that over time, with breathing, with keeping the back flat, that you naturally just start to fold a bit more. But again, don't push it. If you are folding and you feel your chin jutting forward, stop that. Let the chin, or the, I should say, the head come in line with the spine. So the chin tucks in toward the throat more. Doesn't drop, but it's just kind of set in line. So many rules with this posture. If you are folding, you start to notice your upper back rounding, just pull back to the point just before that rounding happened. I'm going to stay for just a little bit longer, please. Keep breathing. Again, that bigger, more generous breath. Almost there. Now, however far forward you've gone, just carefully inhale, come up. It might feel good to extend the legs forward for a moment. And if you're sitting on a prop, just slide down off of it. Just feel what's happening in the hips and your lower back. You might feel it in other places too, but that's kind of where we're isolating. Beautiful. So we just have a couple more exercises before we come to rest on our backs for a bit, and we'll do those on our backs. So go ahead and come to lay down. Hugging your knees into your chest again when you get here. And then from knees to chest, go ahead and just bring the feet flat to the floor. Walk them a bit further away from your hips and as wide apart as your yoga mat. Your arms can just rest out to the sides, and we're just going to windshield wiper the knees from side to side here. Just try to keep the feet mat width apart. So you'll feel the leg loosen the hip socket here. You'll feel some movement in your lower back and even some movement in your front abdomen. And just go at a steady pace, not too quickly, not too slowly. You can just imagine that you're unwinding any residual tension in the hips or lower back. And just for fun, if you want to, you can turn your chin the opposite direction of your knees. If you want to, if you feel like there's some neck tension you want to kind of tease out. Breathe. Good. And then bring the knees to center, head to center. Hug the knees into your chest one more time. And so as you feel complete here, please extend your legs down to the floor. Have your feet about mat width apart and let the toes flop out to the sides. Your arms resting bent down by your hips and letting your eyes close. And just like our centering practice, be aware of sensation in and on your body. And just being aware of all of it, the pleasant sensations, aware of any unpleasant sensations, and everything in between. And just see all of that experience as information. We're just seeing what's happening in the body without evaluating it. We're just observing. And maybe allowing that observational quality of your mind to turn toward compassion for this body that honestly works so hard for you. Doesn't mean it doesn't break down, doesn't mean it doesn't do what you want it to do sometimes, but it has been here the whole time. It's carried you in this experience of existence. And at the end of the day, it's the only one you've got. So just appreciate this body, have compassion for this body that tries, that heals, and that often perseveres. Compassion for this body. peace, 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 peace for this body, compassion for this body. Take a generous breath into this body. Appreciate the movement in your body as it reawakens, moving the hands and feet, the arms and legs. Even if there's discomfort present, just appreciating the body as you roll to your right side. A compassion in your heart as you come to a comfortable seat. Bring your palms to your heart. Lower the chin. In addition to this compassion for the body, also just feel some appreciation to all of your system for the effort you put forward tonight, the mental effort, the physical effort, the energetic effort. Really just appreciating yourself for showing up. And may all of that effort and this practice continue to serve you. So until next time, namaste.